Good evening, Vanners. Here's a quick update on the van project. Got all the wheelhouse cut out. It's too bad because along the upper edge here it was in really nice shape, but on either edge of it it's got these issues. So it was pretty apparent that this van's been hit right in this corner. It got webbed, smashed right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back basically right here and cut this in and cut all the rod out here and remake it. So this lower panel is in really nice shape. This is just foam, but it's in really nice shape. It was galvanized and it's actually separated from this panel here, so it's going to make this work really nice. I'm going to cut up along here, in and around here, because there's pick marks in here from the previous accident repair, and that's just not the way we do things. So we'll make a patch panel there. Everything else turned out good. It was just tedious. I had to take out all the little spot welds, drill them out, and peel them off. So yeah, you can see again where the rust begins right in here. And again, this panel here is galvanized, and this is an inferior quality metal. So we're going to cut this out, and we're going to remanufacture this as well. And the reason that I'm going to do that is I see this little perforation. When I pulled this plug out, it started dropping rust. And when I cut into here, you can obviously see it. But the inner structures are good, and that's where we're golden here. So this is all foam in here, but we're golden in here. This is all galvanized. It'll clean up really well. We got a good base metal to start with. Okay, in here when I pulled this panel away, all this caulking was holding water. So this is where this rust probably originated. This held water, and there was a leak somewhere, whatever, over the years, and moisture just built up, and there's no way for it to evaporate. So that's kind of what I was explaining earlier. I wanted to cut this panel back, and you can see I put 1-inch tape in here so I can cut in on the line. And when we replace this sheet metal in here, I'll be able to get in here and treat this with a seam sealer and all that other stuff, and paint it to prevent any more water inclusion in here. What I was planning on doing also is something like what Z-Bart did years ago, and that's I'm going to drill holes, if there isn't already, I think there is, all along the inside of the rocker and on the inside of the door jamb, and I'm going to spray product in here to prevent rust once we get the van painted. I don't want that product in there when we're painting, as it is probably going to be an oily mess, and as we all know, paint does not adhere to oil or any contamination. So that's where we're at. We're going to cut this out, like I said. It's just caused galvanic rust issues here. We're going to clean this all up. We'll drill out these 2 spot welds, cut out the rest of this panel here, trim this back to this 1-inch tape line, and like I can feel up in here, and it's rusty all the way up into the seam. So we're going to end up going up above the body line. I have no choice in this if I'm going to stop the rust here. We'll make that decision. There's a bit of body work done on the inside here. You can see someone used a unispotter at some time, so we'll get all the gremlins. This is just part of the process. Like I said, it cleaned up good. That's the inner floor. That's just dirt. It's clean, and all around the wheelhouse is clean. So it's just, even in the inside, that's the inside of the wheelhouse, it's all clean in there. That's just dirt, and that's that foam. That's not rust. So it just needs to be wire wheeled off and treated. And yeah, we'll build this little panel. It shouldn't take long. I have some extra pieces of patch panel that will work really well in here. We'll get it all buzzed in. I'll metal work it on the inside as well, so water doesn't get caught up in the welds. And then we'll treat it and paint the insides of the wheelhouses when the time comes. But yeah, you can tell, like this is galvanized, and this is just shitty inferior metal. Basically, the lower outside skin of this van is just garbage. They're all that way. If you drive them in the salt, this is what happens. But this is collision damage here. So there's been a collision issue here and a collision issue here. If you go to the passenger side, it's not nearly as bad. There's no rust like this in the back corner anyways. The passenger side's confined up into this area here, in the dog leg, I guess we'll call it, of the wheelhouse, and we have patch panels for that also. yeah, this is coming along pretty good. It's going along quickly for what it is, and we're just going to keep moving along and making progress on this. We got a good week of good weather. I figured that I'll get most of this tackled, if not buzzed or tack welded back into place, so I can put some serious time stitching it together, and that's the time crunch that this repair is going to take is the welding of and stitching this all back together. That's going to be time consuming. So I figure I got about 14 hours into this. So $100 an hour, $1,400 so far. I'm charging myself that labor in time, just on paper, but that's at $100 an hour. I'm not sure what the shops charge again. We're in Canada; things are a lot different in the States. I don't know. I've never really taken a look at what the rates are down there. I imagine it's probably more because of our dollar exchange, but I'm gonna say $100 an hour here. $1,400. Okay, you know, it can get out of control. It really can, and who knows if the person doing this body work is taking their time and lollygagging. You don't know. We don't know if the person's putting in a full effort in a day. I'm just going at this, and you know, you take your coffee breaks when you need them, and like I said, if you get frustrated, move on. But I've tallied up the hours, and it's about 14 so far, and it's just going to continue on because once we get this rocker off, I can see that the dog leg is the rocker needs to be repaired there as well. So it's just going to carry on, and it stops right at the wheelhouse. So that's really fortunate about this van. It's all the corrosion and cancers on the lower part and the rear of the van, and that really is what promoted the idea of fixing this one, where the patch panels are well above where we're going to need them. But this particular rocker, we're going to have to take it above the belt line, because you can see that there's a step in here, and we're going to go about an inch above this step, so we have something to weld to, and you can get in here and metal finish it from the inside as well, and then we can spot weld this inner lip to the outer sheet metal to stop the waviness or the tin canniness that you get from no support. Like, you get it here because there's pretty much nothing left. I cut away the last of the support in the rocker in this area here, and it was like tinsel. So that's where the direction changed. Like I said, there's going to be concessions made as we go along, and there's not much you can do. If you want to do a proper job, you have to get rid of it all the cancer. It's similar to a human. You've got to get rid of all the disease to keep it from spreading. And unlike chemotherapy, we have rust preventative products that'll slow it down. So, you know, if you want to put anatomy to the vehicle, this is cancer, and it just keeps on going if you don't stop it or you know, treat it somehow to slow it down. Yeah, I'm gonna go in. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure the neighbors absolutely love it, but thankfully I'm on commercial property, and you know, I'm inside, so the noise is fairly well contained. But I need to get some rest, and we'll carry on in the morning. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. We'll carry on with the project as we go along. We'll video it and edit as we go. Sorry, my tongue's all tangled, blah, 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 blah. It's just the way it is when it's late like this. I mean, I'm a night owl, but, you know, I didn't sleep last night, so this is just the way she goes. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.